In this lecture, we'll discuss about glands. Glands are a group of epithelial cells, and these group of epithelial cells will release some of their secretions. And there are two types of glands, which include exocrine glands and endocrine gland. Let's first discuss exocrine gland. These are the glands which have ducts in them, and these ducts, they carry their secretions. The secretions are carried through their ducts, and these secretions include saliva, mucus, pancreatic juice, gastric juice, etc. An example for some of these exocrine glands include salivary gland, which secretes saliva, and exocrine pancreas, which secrete pancreatic juice, gastric glands that secrete gastric juice, lacrimal gland that secrete tears. And now we'll discuss about endocrine gland. These are the glands that do not have duct in them. They do not have duct in them. The secretions directly enters into the bloodstream. And there will be capillaries present in the gland, and in those capillaries their secretions enters into it, and through those blood vessels and through bloodstream, these hormones secreted by endocrine gland will reach the target organs. The secretions are mainly hormones, and through blood these hormones will reach its target organs. We have glands throughout our body at specific locations, and these glands are different in their size and functions, and we'll discuss some of the glands and their functions here. Sweat glands, which is an exocrine gland, they have duct in them, and they are present in the skin. Our skin consists of sweat glands, and there are two types of sweat glands: eccrine glands and apocrine glands. Here you can see the diagram showing skin, where you can see sweat glands here, and these are their ducts, and we'll see what are eccrine gland and apocrine gland. Eccrine glands, they directly open onto the surface of the skin. You can see that here, this sweat gland, it has a duct, and that opens directly onto the surface of the pore at the sweat pore, and it opens into the surface of the skin. It is eccrine gland, and they both eccrine and apocrine, both these sweat glands, they regulate body temperature, and it releases their sweat or water onto the surface of the skin. It releases their water onto the surface. It releases their sweat onto the surface of the skin, and that happens when the body temperature is increased. When the body temperature increases, the sweat gland becomes active, produces more sweat, and it is brought to the surface of the skin. Along with that, there will be loss of heat from the body, and that reduces the body temperature. And next is apocrine gland, which opens onto the into the hair follicle. Here, if you see, it has a duct that opens into the hair follicle, and by the side of the hair follicle, along the side of the hair follicle, it opens onto the surface of the skin. Okay, they are found in areas where there are more hairs, such as on the skin, armpits, groin, etc. Our body contains modified apocrine glands, such as they are present in eyelids, areola, nipple, nose, ear, etc. And now next is sebaceous gland. Sebaceous glands, they are so located throughout the body on our skin, and they secrete an oily substance, and this oily substance is called sebum, and it lubricates the surface of the skin, and it may regulate our sweat glands and sebaceous gland together, may regulate body temperature, can lubricate skin, they help to fight against infection caused by bacteria as well as fungi, etc. Then now, salivary glands. These are the glands located in the mouth. Salivary glands are present in the mouth. There are hundreds of small salivary glands, and they are present within the mouth, in the tongue, hard palate, soft palate, then lips, cheeks, etc. And there are three main pairs of salivary glands, such as parotid glands, sublingual glands, and submandibular glands. You can see that in the diagram. This is parotid gland by the side of the head. Then in the angle of the mandible there is submandibular gland, and under the tongue we have sublingual glands. Salivary glands, they produce saliva, and this saliva is released into the mouth through its duct. And the salivary glands are also exocrine glands, and they help in lubricating the food. And this lubricating of food by the saliva helps in its chewing, swallowing, and the digestion. Saliva also consist of antibodies which kills the germs and keeps the mouth healthy. Next is mammary glands. They do have ducts, and they are exocrine glands, otherwise called breast. These are responsible for production of breast milk, present in both males and females, and the hormone responsible for its development is estrogen. It increases the growth of the glandular tissues of the breast in females, especially during puberty. And there are hormonal changes occurring during pregnancy, and which further develops the breast tissues and also helps in the production of milk. You can see the structure of the breast. There are breast tissues, glandular tissues, and which leads to lactiferous ducts that opens at the nipple. Then next is thyroid gland. This is an endocrine gland which do not have duct in them. Then secretions directly enters into the bloodstream. Thyroid gland is located in front of the neck. You can see that here in the neck. In front of the neck there is a butterfly shaped gland present, which is called thyroid gland. It is just below the larynx, present just below. This is larynx, just below the larynx, just above the trachea, in front of the neck, and it has a shape similar to that of a butterfly. And thyroid gland regulate the metabolic activities of our body, regulates heart functions and digestive functions, also plays an important role in brain and nerve development, and it controls muscle and regulates mood. Functions of thyroid gland is controlled by pituitary gland, and this pituitary gland, which is a small gland at the base of the brain. We'll discuss about pituitary gland also. Pituitary gland is a gland located at the base of the brain, just behind the bridge of the nose. You can see that in the diagram. Here is pituitary gland present at the base of the brain, and it is about the size of a pea and is controlled by hypothalamus. Pituitary gland is under direct control of the hypothalamus, and hypothalamus is situated just above the pituitary gland. This pituitary gland is otherwise called master endocrine gland, as it controls all other endocrine glands. Then next is hypothalamus, which is a communication center for the pituitary gland, present just above. This is pituitary gland. Just above the pituitary gland is hypothalamus, which controls all activities of the pituitary gland. The hypothalamus sends signals to pituitary gland. It sends messages to the pituitary gland to produce and release the hormones. The hormones of the hypothalamus will stimulate the pituitary gland, and the hormones of the pituitary gland will control other hormones from other endocrine glands. Hence it is called master endocrine gland. Hypothalamus will control the pituitary gland, and pituitary gland will control all other glands. Hence the pituitary gland is called master endocrine gland. Hypothalamus can influence a number of body's functions, such as it regulates body temperature, it regulates hunger, sleep, wakefulness, thirst, memory, emotional behavior, etc. are all being controlled by hypothalamus. Next we'll discuss is pineal gland, located deep in the center of the brain. It secretes and regulates certain hormones including melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone secreted by pineal gland. It regulates sleep-wake-up pattern. This sleep-wake-up pattern can also be called circadian rhythm. This is also helping in the regulation of female hormones responsible for menstrual cycle and fertility. It regulates menstrual cycle and fertility. Adrenal glands, they are located on the top of each kidney. You can see that here. Kidney, onto its top there is a pyramidal shaped structure, gland called adrenal gland. They produce various hormones such as cortisol, adrenaline, aldosterone, androgen, etc. These hormones produced by adrenal glands have several important functions, such as it control blood sugar, regulate blood pressure, react and response to stress. And pancreas is a long flat organ, a gland, a long leaf-like gland present within the abdominal cavity, and it is both exocrine and endocrine gland. The pancreas plays an important role in this exocrine pancreas plays an important role in digestion, and it produces digestive enzymes, and these digestive enzymes are released into the duodenum of the small intestine, where it mixes with the food and helps in the digestion of food, help to break down and digest food. And it also makes hormones such as insulin and glucagon, which can regulate blood glucose levels. Okay, that was about a small introduction about the glands and some of its glands. In detail, the details of the endocrine glands will be discussed in the endocrine system and other glands in the specific organ systems. Okay, thanks for watching.